Okay, get this. Imagine a future where your pastor is like a neural network, right?
Mhm.
And communion. It's all data packets.
Whoa.
AI and religion.
Yeah.
Two things you wouldn't think go together, but they're getting pretty cozy these days.
It really is pretty mind-blowing how AI is starting to influence even our spiritual lives.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about like robots leading prayers, but like a fundamental shift in, how we connect with faith and how we
Yeah.
explore like those big, existential questions.
Totally. And to kind of guide us through this strange new world, we're doing a deep dive today into excerpts from Volume 1 of Quantum Faith Chronicles,
Wow.
where AI meets religion,
Right.
written by Vanessa Taylor.
Okay.
Now, she's not your typical tech guru. Vanessa is a retiree from Geico Insurance, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
And now she heads up Protect Podcast. It's a Christian podcast that's reaching folks in 17 countries.
That's an interesting background. I'm curious to see how her perspective shapes the way she explores this intersection of technology and faith, because it's certainly not a combination that you hear every day.
Exactly right. And the central question she tackles in this volume is a big one. Basically, how is AI reshaping the way we explore and express our faith?
Right.
And what could that mean for the future of both?
I think what's so compelling about this question is that it forces us to examine our assumptions
Yeah.
about both AI and religion,
Hmm.
right? Like, what happens when an algorithm tries to interpret spiritual truths or facilitate religious experiences?
And Taylor doesn't just theorize about it. She drops us right into the action with this super vivid chapter on a virtual sanctuary.
Okay.
Picture this, right? Avatars gathering in a digital cathedral, pixelated stained glass windows, listening to hymns coded in HTML, the whole shebang.
Wow, that's quite the image. It makes you wonder if a digital environment can truly evoke the same sense of awe and reverence that
Hmm.
many people find in a physical place of worship. Like, is it about the physical space, or is it something deeper?
Yeah. And it's not just the aesthetics, right? Taylor introduces these intriguing concepts like a digital pastor delivering sermons based on code. Like imagine getting your Sunday sermon from an algorithm.
Really?
Makes you think about what makes the sermon impactful in the first place, doesn't it? Is it the messenger, the message, or the way it resonates with us personally?
Yeah, it really challenges those traditional notions of religious authority and what it
Right.
means to receive spiritual guidance. Like, if an AI can analyze scripture and synthesize teachings and deliver a sermon, does that diminish the role of human religious leaders?
And there's this part where she talks about binary beatitudes. It's like digital interpretations of these like traditional teachings.
Mhm.
And it made me wonder, like, could AI ever truly grasp the nuances and complexities of religious thought? Or
Like,
would it just be spitting out like a surface level understanding?
that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Can
Right.
can an AI truly understand faith,
Hmm.
let alone like embody it, or is it just mimicking what it's learned without actually like comprehending the deeper meaning?
And then she takes it a step further with this concept of a digital sacrament.
Okay.
So avatars click on like pixelated wafers and gifts of wine to symbolize communion.
Hmm.
Do you think that kind of digital representation could ever hold the same weight as like physically taking communion, or does it just like depend on how we define, sacrament itself?
Yeah, that's a question that goes to the heart of what we believe about sacraments. For some, it's about the physical act, like the tangible connection to a ritual that's been practiced for centuries. But for others, it's about the inner transformation, like the symbolic meaning behind the ritual.
Mhm.
It raises the question, like, where does the true power of a sacrament lie?
Even the way the service ends is interesting. Taylor describes a logout benediction, like a final message echoing in the avatar's mind. May your cache be cleared and your cookies blessed.
Wow.
It's almost playful, but it also makes you think about how deeply technology is woven into our lives, even our spiritual practices, right? It blurs the lines in a way we can't ignore, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's not just about using technology as a tool for religion anymore. It's about technology becoming like an integral part of the religious experience itself. And that raises a whole host of new questions and challenges that we need to explore.
So let's do just that. First, I'd love to like unpack AI's broader impact on faith. Beyond this specific example of the virtual sanctuary.
I think that's a great place to start. After all, AI's influences is reaching far beyond digital cathedrals and into all corners of religious life.
when we talk about AI and religion, it's easy to, jump to these futuristic scenarios, right? Like virtual sanctuaries and digital sacraments and all that.
Sure, yeah.
But AI's influence is like already being felt in more subtle ways, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I think it's important to remember that technology has always played a role in shaping how we practice and experience faith.
Right.
From the printing press, making religious texts like widely accessible
Yeah.
to the radio broadcasting sermons to a global audience.
Exactly.
Each innovation has brought new opportunities and challenges to the religious landscape.
That's a great point, but it seems like AI is different somehow, like more transformative, maybe even like disruptive in a way those previous technologies weren't.
I think that because AI isn't just a tool for, dissemination or communication, it's a system that can like learn and adapt and potentially even, make decisions that impact our understanding of faith.
Yeah, it's happening all around us too. Like take personalized spiritual guidance, for example.
Okay.
There are like apps now that use AI to curate prayers or suggest meditations or even offer advice based on your religious preferences.
And for some, that could be a powerful tool for spiritual growth. Imagine having access to a vast library of religious texts and wisdom teachings and spiritual practices, like tailored specifically to your needs and questions.
Yeah.
It could be a way to deepen your understanding of your own faith or even explore other traditions.
It almost sounds like having a personal spiritual advisor in your pocket, right?
Yeah.
But it also like makes you wonder about the role of, human religious leaders in a world where AI can provide that kind of like guidance. Does it diminish their authority, or could it actually free them up to focus on like deeper interpersonal connections and spiritual support?
That's a question worth pondering, I think. It challenges us to consider what's truly essential in religious leadership.
Right. Yeah.
Is it about, dispensing information and advice?
Right.
Or is it about fostering community, providing emotional and spiritual support, and guiding people through the complexities of life and faith?
And speaking of community, AI is also, changing how we connect with others who share our beliefs.
Yeah.
Think about like online forums, virtual prayer groups, and even those AI-powered chatbots that can simulate conversations about faith.
Right.
It's making it easier than ever to find like-minded individuals, even across, geographical boundaries.
It's interesting how AI can create these digital spaces for spiritual connection.
Sure.
For those who feel, isolated or marginalized in their physical communities, these online platforms can offer a sense of belonging and support.
Yeah,
And they
for
can
sure.
also, facilitate interfaith dialogue and understanding in ways that were previously unimaginable.
It's almost like AI is like democratizing faith in a way.
Yeah.
Giving everyone a voice and a platform to connect with others who share their beliefs.
In some ways, yes.
Yeah.
But, it's important to acknowledge the potential downsides as well.
Sure.
I mean, online communities can become echo chambers, reinforcing existing biases and limiting exposure to diverse perspectives.
Yeah.
There's also, the risk of manipulation and the spread of misinformation, just like in any online space.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's not all sunshine and roses, just
Right.
like any technology. It comes with its own set of challenges and potential pitfalls.
Yeah.
But let's circle back to Taylor's book for a moment. That chapter about the virtual sanctuary really stuck with me.
Okay.
Like the imagery was so vivid, like those pixelated stained glass windows
Yeah.
and hymns, sung in HTML. What did you make of that whole concept?
I found it incredibly thought-provoking.
Mm.
It challenges our preconceived notions of what a sacred space can be.
Right.
Is it defined by its physical structure, its historical significance, or the rituals performed within it, or could it be something entirely digital?
Yeah.
Existing only in the virtual realm.
And it wasn't just the, setting that was interesting. It was the whole idea of a digital pastor delivering sermons based on code. I mean, do you think an algorithm could ever capture the essence of a truly inspiring sermon? Is there something like inherently human about that act of spiritual communication that an AI could never replicate?
That's a fascinating question. It touches on the nature of inspiration, I think. Like what makes a message resonate with us on a deeper level?
Right.
Is it the logic and coherence of the arguments?
Yeah.
or the emotional delivery,
Yeah.
or the way it connects to our personal experiences and aspiration.
And then there's that concept of the binary beatitudes,
Yeah.
those digital interpretations of traditional teachings.
Right.
It makes you, wonder if AI could ever like grasp the subtle nuances and deeper meanings embedded in those ancient texts.
It raises the question of whether AI can truly understand the context, the symbolism, and the historical evolution of religious thought.
Yeah.
Could it differentiate between literal interpretations and the metaphorical meanings?
Yeah.
Could it account for the multiple layers of interpretation that have developed over centuries of theological debate?
Yeah. And what about the idea of the digital sacrament? Like avatars clicking on pixelated wafers and gifts of wine. I'm still grappling with that one. Where do you think the true power of a sacrament lies? In the physical act,
Yeah.
the symbolic meaning, or the individual's like internal experience?
That's a profound question that theologians have been wrestling with for ages. I think it ultimately depends on your individual beliefs and how you interpret the role of ritual and symbolism in your faith.
Right.
But it's certainly a question that takes on new dimensions in the age of AI and virtual religious experiences.
Even the way Taylor describes the service ending with the logout benediction, "May your cache be cleared and your cookies blessed."
Right.
It's both humorous and unsettling. It highlights how deeply technology is infiltrating our lives
Yeah.
to the point where it's blending with our spiritual practices in these like unexpected ways.
Yeah. It's almost like a playful reminder that we're living in a hybrid world where the lines between the digital and the physical, the secular and the sacred are becoming increasingly blurred.
Yeah.
And that blurring raises a whole host of new questions about authenticity, meaning, and the future of religious experience itself.
So we've talked about, AI's impact on spiritual guidance and community building and even the nature of sacred spaces and rituals.
Right.
But there's another piece of the puzzle we haven't fully explored yet. The theological implications of all of this.
You're right. We've been focusing on the practical and experiential aspects of AI and religion.
Yeah.
But there's a whole other layer of inquiry here. Like what are the theological implications of AI, interpreting scripture, offering spiritual guidance, or even potentially developing its own forms of digital spirituality?
It's fascinating to think about like the theological challenges AI might pose to, various religious traditions. Would an AI's interpretation of like scripture be considered valid? Could an AI ever truly understand the concept of like a soul?
Yeah.
Or the divine?
Those are questions that theologians are just, beginning to grapple with.
Yeah.
Some might argue that AI, as a creation of human intelligence, is simply a tool that can help us, understand and explore our own faith more deeply.
Right.
Others might see AI as a potential threat,
Yeah.
a challenge to the unique position of humans in the spiritual order.
I imagine like different faiths will have like different responses to AI depending on, their core beliefs and interpretations of scripture. Some might be more open to embracing AI as a tool for, spiritual growth, while others might be more cautious or even resistant to its influence.
Absolutely. It's going to be fascinating to see how different religious communities navigate this new terrain. Yeah.
It could lead to internal debates and even schisms within certain faiths as they wrestle with the theological implications of AI.
Taylor, in her book, seems to approach AI with a sense of like cautious optimism.
Okay.
She acknowledges the potential risks, but also sees opportunities for AI to, enhance our spiritual lives and deepen our understanding of faith.
I think that's a healthy perspective. It's important to approach any new technology with a critical eye,
Right.
but also with a sense of curiosity and openness to the possibilities.
So after like diving deep into this complex intersection of AI and religion,
Right.
what are like some key takeaways for our listeners? What should they be thinking about as they navigate this brave new world?
First and foremost, I think it's crucial to be aware of the ways in which AI is already influencing our spiritual lives.
Yeah.
Even if we're not like consciously engaging with it, from personalized spiritual guidance apps
To to AI-powered content filters,
Hmm.
shaping our online experiences.
Right.
This technology is having an impact whether we realize it or not.
Yeah, and that awareness leads to the next step, right?
Yeah.
Like we need to be like actively engaging with these questions about the role of AI in religion. What are like our personal boundaries? What are the ethical implications? How do we ensure that AI is like used responsibly and doesn't undermine like our core values and beliefs?
Precisely. We can't just, passively accept whatever technological advancements come our way. We need to be, thoughtful and discerning, engaging in open dialogue with
Yeah.
our communities and religious leaders about the implications of AI for our faith traditions.
It's not about like rejecting technology outright or blindly embracing every new development, right? It's about finding that balance, like a way to integrate AI into our spiritual lives in a way that enhances our faith and fosters connection and supports our search for meaning and purpose.
Well said. Ultimately, the intersection of AI and religion is a journey we're all on together.
Right.
It's a journey full of unknowns,
Yeah.
but it's also a journey filled with potential for growth, understanding, and even transformation.
That's a great point to end on. It leaves us with a sense of wonder and possibility, but also a sense of responsibility to engage with these questions thoughtfully and shape the future of AI and religion in a way that benefits all of humanity. So as you continue to explore this fascinating intersection, keep those thoughts in mind. Until next time, keep diving deep.